This is just going to be a real quick video that hopefully some people will find to be very, very useful. I know that there are a lot of MGTOW out there who are wondering, how could feminists and females get so screwed up in their heads to believe some of the stuff that they believe? And when you look at all the craziness of the really crazy ones, it's mind-boggling, and it's really hard to wrap your head around the fact that these people are just nuts. Well, one of the best things that you can do to really comprehend and understand feminism and a lot of other social movements on a deeper level is to understand narcissism. And there are a ton of excellent videos about narcissism on YouTube and elsewhere, but mostly on YouTube. A lot of people are talking about narcissism, and if you've ever known a narcissist, you'll understand why this is so important and so critical. People who have narcissistic personality disorder are really genuinely mentally ill. They're sick in the head. And what I discovered by watching lots of videos on feminism and lots of videos on narcissism and some of the other ill behaviors of people is that there's so much similarity between narcissism and some of these things like feminism and some of the personalities that you'll find in different political movements. In fact, all politics has its narcissists. It doesn't matter if they're left or right or, they could be socialist or any kind of group. It doesn't matter what political party. This narcissism, it transcends because it's really a part of the mind. It's a very sort of fundamental thing that can happen within the mind, and you'll find narcissists in every walk of life. It's truly a mental illness and something that people really need to be aware of. Getting a better understanding of narcissists and narcissism will really help to understand what feminism has morphed into and what it's turned into and why it has become so incredibly toxic. There's so many aspects of narcissism that have a direct parallel in feminism, but one of the things that I noticed was dog whistling. And a dog whistle is a kind of a word or a statement or a reference that, let's say somebody's been harassing you and they always harass you on one thing. For instance, it could be doing the dishes, and they harass you about doing the dishes and harass you about doing the dishes, and they always bully you to death about doing the dishes, and they know that it bothers you. And every time this person says something about doing the dishes, they know that it's bothering you. They know that it's tearing you up inside. After months or even years of doing the same repeated behavior, they know that it's making you crazy. Well, what dog whistling is when the narcissist has one of these things already up and running in place, one of these code buzzwords that they can use, and you can be in a crowd of people, and your narcissist, all he's got to do is say that one buzzword, something about dirty dishes. And everybody else in the room won't get it, but the victim will understand. And the victim, this is how a narcissist can abuse you right in front of everybody, and they won't see it because it's like abusing you in code. And this is called dog whistling, where only the dog can actually hear the signal. The person who's being abused picks up on the signal, but nobody else can hear it. Well, a lot of this dog whistling reminds me a lot of, for instance, the Me Too movement, or ideas about rape culture, or, shaming tactics, where, this abuse is just relentless by these feminists who are really nothing but narcissists. Okay? That's all they're trying to do is instill a sense of abuse and victimhood in men. And when they hammer on this stuff over and over and over again, a lot of men will react by getting angry, getting upset, and it'll bother men, right? You'll become bothered by this. Then, at some point in the future, this becomes their dog whistle. And anytime they want to get under your skin, all they've got to do is mention something stupid about rape culture or the Me Too movement or ban bossy or, bra burning or any of the crazy things that they've done in the past. And there's a long, long list of things that they have used as dog whistles. So that's just something to look into, and I hope that helps. One of the things that they tell you about narcissists is that the best way to handle a narcissist is by going no contact, okay? And to me, this is what MGTOW really is. It's treating the feminists and the crazies and the loony people and the leftists and the communists and the socialists and all the crazy people, the anti-capitalists and the rape culture people and the false accusers, to treat them exactly the way they are. They're like the narcissists that they are, okay? And the way to go no contact is by going MGTOW, and that just means no contact. If a girl's trying to date you, trying to hit you up, coming out, somebody likes you, whatever, really, really, really think long and hard about it before you get wrapped up with that person. Do not trust the first female that crosses your path. The majority of them are narcissists, okay? This is extremely important and cannot be understated. The vast majority of them are narcissists. And so that is a critical thing that needs to be underscored, okay? And so by going MGTOW, you're actually going no contact with the narcissist. And it is the best way to protect yourself against narcissistic abuse. Because if you study narcissism and look into the psychology of narcissism, you will realize that there is no end to the insanity. The insanity does not stop. And women have been trained to be narcissists. They've been trained and taught and educated in the skills of, in the art and the witchcraft of narcissistic abuse. This is what feminism is all about nowadays. And so the only way to protect yourself against it is by going no contact. So that's all I had for today. Hope that helps. And thanks for listening.